youngsters died because he was very good. They followed orders, right? Stay inside. They stayed inside. All of them died. It's horrible, right? So next week, for 2 weeks from next week, we are going to write poems, right? You are supposed to write a poem for them. I already wrote a poem and published it in the Korea Times. We are going to read a poem, my poem also, and also probably the greatest death poem was written by Thomas Gray. He was 18th century English poet, and we are going to read one great poem. Probably it is the greatest poem in English literature. And the second greatest, maybe it's greater than Thomas Gray's, but it's by Percy B. Shelley, and it's called Adonis. This is a poem about John Keats. John Keats, he was a romantic, and probably we can call him a young Shakespeare, right? He died young, but he reached his peak when he was young, and he died young. And Shelley was his friend. He wrote a poem about John Keats' death, and it's called Adonis. It's a long poem, but we are going to read 4 or 5 stanzas only. And we are going to read one poem, one very little beautiful poem by Thomas Gray. The poem is about cat. A cat died, right? And so for 2 weeks from next week, we are going to write about death, right? And I'm going to tell you what to do, right? Okay, so the assignment is your textbook. Page 39. Death and grief. You don't know what to do, right? So there are many ideas, right? You can take one of the ideas. Ideas for writing a poem. Page 44, idea 1. Write about the first experience with death you can remember, whether it involved a person or animal. You raised a cat? Did you raise a cat? Or dog? Or hamster? Or rabbit? When young? It died, right? So write about your recent experience with death, your past experience about death, and recent experience about death. Combine them to make a poem, right? Okay, idea 2. Number 3, write a letter to someone who is dead. Write a letter to someone who is now dead. In it, make a confession, right? Your grandmother died. You should have said something, right? You didn't say, right? So make confession. Or idea 3, number 5, who are your dead? Have them meet in a poem, even if they never met in life, and describe how they interact. Make 2 people meet together, right? Two dead people. Make them meet. Or another idea. Idea number 6. Read the newspaper, and when you find an account of a stranger's death that moves you, write an elegy for that person. Find a way that your life and that person's death are related, talk about in the poem. Probably we can do, all of you, is an assignment. Write a poem about the young students, young victims who died aboard the ferry, Sewell, right? Sewell, okay. This is an assignment. And another idea, number 9. If you own some object that used to belong to someone who is no longer alive, grandparents' pipe, grandfather's glasses, or things like that. Describe it in detail, along with your memories and imaginings about how that person used it. You might also talk about how it is used in the present. And finally, write a poem about the ritual that accompanies death. When somebody dies, you perform a ritual, ceremony, right? What is it? It might be about a traditional funeral, or wake, or some more private or individual observance. If you find an occasion for joy or beauty in the midst of mourning, include it. We have a very good tradition, right? We go to the person's house who died, and we what? We play, right? We play patu, right? And we enjoy, we laugh. I think it's good, right? It's very sad, and you can overcome it by laughing, right? Right. Anyway, that's your assignment, and we are going to do spend 2 weeks thinking about the victims, the young victims, and you can talk about anything relating to death. Okay. And this morning, so I will give you the handout for the 2 weeks, right? Okay. This is the paper. My poem was published, right? Create Time. And okay, let's go back to the Korean poetry through WBH Part 2, right? We have finished the half of the essay, right? Okay, we will change our schedule, right? We're going to do the poem about that today and next week, okay. Prayer for students who died aboard the ferry Sewell. This is my poem. May all the passengers of ferry Sewell who have left us live in peace in another world. All of you, passengers, young and old, all the students from Danwon High School, you've been the scapegoats for SS Korea, steamship Korea, right? SS Korea. We are all so sorry, and we kneel and pray for you all. Forgive us, silly people. We all are responsible for your death. Your sacrifice will be remembered forever, and SS Korea will be born again with you. The captain and the navigators of ferry Sewell, we have raised and educated. We are no different from them. We are responsible for your death. Let us check our educational system. We will re-examine the schools and colleges that have trained and given them the permit to take the helm of ferry Sewell, and renew the educational system so we can teach them what to honor and respect, what they are for as captains and navigators. We are captains and navigators in our own fields. We will recheck what we are. The politics will be re-examined and rechecked. People will choose leaders carefully, so SS Korea will resail safe and sound. We will born thanks to you, student passengers. We have launched a ship that could have saved you all We feel ashamed for our delay. We could have sailed a new ship instead of a more than 20-year-old ship Japan has dumped onto the garbage dump. What a radical twist of fate. Long time ago, Admiral Lee Sun-shin buried the Japanese Armada in the Noryang Sea. As rough as this sea, they were buried for their fault. But this time, we put in service the ship Japan threw away to carry our young through the sea. Their burial had reason, yet our burial has none other than our fault. Facing the tragedy, we all let us shoulder the responsibility. It is time we all should recheck SS Korea now, from heel to head, in heart, in head, to be born again with the young and old who died for us. We should re-examine not just this accident, but also education, not for practical, but ethical value. Politics, not following convenience, but holding to principle. People not seeking quick results, but long visions. May all the souls rest in peace and be the protectors of SS Korea in the West, South, and East Sea. We, SS Korea, will be born again with you. You like it? This is one way of writing a poem about death. There is no metaphors, right? It's direct. And also, death is quite sad, but Thomas Gray uses it on occasion very happily, and it's kind of warning for women. And the second poem is about a cat, okay? Actually, this is a longer poem, and we are going to read the first how many lines? Stanza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stanzas actually. We're going to read the first five stanzas only. The elegy written in a country church. Oh, this is not it. Sorry. I took the wrong poem. Right? Ode on the death of a favorite cat. Actually, there is a footnote here. Look at the footnote. Selima, one of Horace Walpole's cats, had recently drowned in a China cistern. Gray wrote this memorial at Walpole's request. Drowned in the top of goldfishes. 'Twas on the lofty Visi side. 'Twas, meaning it was, on a lofty Visi side, where China's graced art had died. The azure flowers that blow, demurest of the tabby kind, the pensive Selima reclined, gazed on the lake below. This is full of art. Look at the rhyme scheme. It's how each line ends. Side, died, blow, kind, recline, below. Right? Also, 'twas a lofty Visi side. It was on a lofty Visi side, where China's graced art had died. China's, the nation, right? China. The China's graced art, gauged art, had died, colored, right? Died. The azure flowers that blow. Semicolon, right? Semicolon. Demurest of the tabby kind, tabby, meaning cat, right? Demurest of tabby kind, the pensive Selima, the Selima is the name of cat, the pensive Selima reclined, gazed on the lake below. Stanza 2. Her conscious tale, her joy declared. There is an inversion here, right? Her conscious tale declared the joy. Right? Have you watched a cat? Did you see cat? Cat's tail moving, right? The movement expresses the cat's feeling, right? Right. So, her conscious tail, her joy declared. Her conscious tail declared joy, right? The fair round face, the snowy beard, the velvet of paws, the velvet of her paws. Her coat that with the tortoise vies. Okay, her coat that there is inversion here that vies with the tortoise. Tortoise, kind of total, right? Vies with, compete with, right? Vies. Her coat that with the tortoise vies. What does it mean? Very beautiful, right? The coat looks like what? The skin of a turtle, right? Right. So, her coat that with the tortoise vies, her ears of jet, how do the ears look like? Right? Ears of jet, right? Ears of jet. Okay. Her ears of jet and animal eyes. Animal eyes. She saw and purred applause. Still has she gazed. She had gazed still, right? Still has she gazed. But amidst the tide, two angel forms were seen to glide. Two angel forms were seen to glide. The genii of the stream, genii, the angels, right? The genii of the stream. Their scaly armors, Tyrian hue, through richest purple to the view, betray the golden gleam. The hapless nymph with wonder saw. The hapless nymph saw with wonder. The hapless nymph saw with wonder. A whisker first, then a claw. Who is the nymph? The cat. The cat is woman here, right? Female cat. So the hapless nymph saw with wonder saw. A whisker first, then a claw. Very good. Whisker first, then a claw. No verb, right? Just the point up first, what? Whisker first and then claw. Whisker first and then a claw. With many an ardent wish. Many is an emphasis. With many ardent wishes. Instead of this, with many an ardent wish. This is for emphasis, right? With many an ardent wish, she stretched in vain to reach the prize. The cat tried to catch the goldfish with his paw, right? With his hand. She stretched in vain to reach the prize. What female heart can gold despise? There is an inversion here. What female heart can despise gold? Right? No cat can despise it, right? What female heart can gold despise? What cat's averse to fish? What cat is averse to fish? Presumptuous maid, with looks intent, again she stretched, and again she bent, nor knew the gulf between. And the cat did not know the gulf between her and what? And the top, right? The edge of top, right? Nor knew the gulf between. Malignant fate sat by and smiled. The slippery verge her feet beguiled. The slippery verge beguiled the feet, right? Beguiled the feet. She tumbled headlong in. He fell into the water, right? Now, 8 times emerging from the flood, she meowed to every worldly god. Some speedy aid to send, No dolphin came, no Nereid stirred, nor cruel Tom, nor Susan heard. A favorite cat has no friend. A favorite cat has no friend. From hence, ye beauties, undeceived, no, one footstep is ne'er retrieved. And be with caution, bold. Be with caution, bold. Bold, be, okay. Not all that tempts your wandering eyes and hillish heart is lawful prize, nor all that glitters gold, nor all that glitters gold, nor all that glitters gold, right? So, very beautiful poem, right? Right. Okay, in here, do you feel sad reading this poem? Kind of witty, right? So actually, when a cat died, do you feel sad? If it's your own pet, you feel sad, but it's kind of witty, right? Right. So also, the poet is Thomas Gray, and Thomas Gray makes use of the occasion to express himself. He is telling us his opinion, the vanity of woman, right? Things like that. But quite beautiful poem, right? So it's kind of art, right? Artwork, right? It'll talk about that, or it'll talk about something else. But eventually, it's your philosophy, your idea of life, your idea of death, what you're talking about, right? So the two poems you're going to read next time is about death. When John Kish died, Shelley's talking about his death, but what he's talking about is not his death. He is talking about everything very beautifully, right? So, okay, this poem is also by Thomas Gray, and this is the poem. Probably this is the greatest poem, the greatest elegy in English literature. And the poem is longer, much longer. And I took the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stanzas. This is the beginning of the poem. And if you look at the poem carefully, you'll learn a lot, right? When you write a poem, the verb in a sentence is very important. Verb, right? In a verb, there is a lot of things in it. It contains movement, ideas, and the things like that. So you'll see, right? Okay. Chart. First, I'm going to go through the whole thing, and then I will go back to each line, okay? The elegy written in the country churchyard. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd wind slowly o'er the lea. The plowman homeward plows his weary way. Leave the world to darkness to me. Now face the glimmering landscapes on the side, and all the air with solemn stillness holds. Save where the beetle wheels its droning flight, drowsy tinklings lull the distant falls. Save that from yonder ivy mantle tower, the moping owl does to the moon complain of such as wandering near a secret bower, molest her ancient sultry reign. Beneath those rugged elms that yew trees shade, who heaves the turf in many a mouldering heap, each in its narrow cell forever laid. The rude forefathers of the hamlet sleep. The breezy coal of incense burning morn, the swallow twittering from the straw-built shed, the cock's shrill clarion or the echoing horn, no more shall rouse them from their lowly bed. You see, it's very tight, full of images, right? Okay, let's go back to stanza 1. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The curfew tolls the knell of the parting day. Curfew. Do you know what a curfew is? We used to have curfew. Right? After 12 p.m., you can't go out. You can't walk on the street. Right? So it's curfew, right? But it's different. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The tolling of the bell, right? In Europe, if you go to a small town, you can hear the bell ringing at 12, a certain number of things like that. The curfew tolls the knell of the parting day. So it's about 6 when the sun sets. Okay, the curfew tolls the knell of the parting day. The lowing herd. Okay, lowing herd. Herd. What is it? Cattle or sheep. Lowing herd. It must be cow. Lowing. Low means, what does it mean? In Korean, me, right? Lowing, right? Or and British cows, how do they cry? Cat, how do they cry? Yaong in Korea, but in England, meow. It's onomatopoeia. So anyway, the lowing herd, wind or wind? It's verb, wind. Go round and round, wind. The lowing herd, wind. Okay, there are only how many words? 4 words. Lowing herd, wind. A lot of sound in it, right? A lowing herd, wind slowly o'er the lea. Very musical, right? The lowing herd winds slowly over the lea, of course, o'er the lea. The plowman, homeward, plows his weary way. Look, what is happening here? Alliteration. The same sound begins the word, each word, right? Plow, plods, weary, way, right? The plowman homeward plows his way, weary. That's why. Why does the poet use this? The farmer is very tired and the way he is working, right? Like this, plows, right? So the plowman homeward plows his way, his weary way. So you learned a lot from him, right? And leaves the world to darkness and to me. Leaves the world to darkness to me. So in stanza 1, you see a lot of action taking place here, right? The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly o'er the lea. The plowman homeward plows his weary way. Leaves the world to me and to darkness. Very good, wonderful. Right? Okay, stanza 2. Now face the glimmering landscape on the side. Now face the glimmering landscape on the side. Okay, there's an inversion here, right? Now is the adverb, so there's an inversion. Verb, subject, right? The glimmering landscape on the side, now face. That is the proper word order, but now face the glimmering landscape on the side. Again, alliteration. Face, right? Face. The glimmering landscape on the side. And all the air holds solemn stillness. Right? All the air holds a solemn stillness. So all the air is solemn. When you say all the air is solemn, it's quite simple, but all the air a solemn stillness holds. Is better, right? Save, except where the beetle wills his droning flight. Again, will is what kind of word is it? Will. Usually it's a noun. Will, one will, but here it's verb. Will, turning round, right? So, say where the beetle wills its droning flight. You can the movement of the beetles, right? Flying round and round. So say where the beetle wills its droning flight, and drowsy tinklings lull the distant falls. Lull, lullaby, lull. It's the verb. Lull, make them roll, lull. Drowsy tinklings lull the distant falls. Fall, what is a fall? What does it mean, fall? Shed, where animal is kept, right? Whole, fall. Drowsy tinklings. So in stanza 1, what did you see? Heard, right? So drowsy tinklings lull the distant falls. So you can hear the herds are walking slowly, right? Making sound, tinklings. Save that from yonder, ivy mental tower, from yonder, ivy mental tower, from yonder, ivy mental tower, mental tower, the moping owl does the moon complain. Again, owl, how does an owl cry? Mope. Right? Moping, right? Mope. Eh? Lowing herd, moping owl, does complain to the moon. Why? Of such, complain of what? Of such as wandering near her sacred bower. The owl is complaining, don't come near me, right? You're disturbing me, or things like that, complaining. Molester ancient solitary reign. Beneath those rugged elms from big tree, that yew trees shade, where heaved the tuff in many a moldering heap. The tuff heaves, right? The tuff heaves, right? Breathes. Each in his narrow cell forever laid. Each in his narrow cell forever laid. The rude forefathers of the hamlet sleep. There is the inversion here. The rude forefathers. Rude, what does it mean? Strong and rough. Forefathers of the hamlet, the village, right? Sleep where? Sleep in each in his narrow cell forever laid. So what does it mean? They are in the coffin, right? The breezy call of incense breathing morn, meaning morning. The breezy call of incense breathing morn. In the morning, there is a fragrance from the flowers, right? So, the breezy call of incense breathing morn. The swallow twittering from the straw-built shed. The cock's shrill carillon, or the echoing horn. No more shall rouse them from their lowly bed. All of these, right? All of these. Or in the morning, right? You can smell a variety of different fragrances from flowers, right? And also swallows twitter, right? Swallows in the sky twitter, right? And also the cocks cry, shrill carillon, or echoing horn. All of these sound shall not rouse them from their lowly bed. Why? They are dead. They are in the grave. So this is the beginning. This is just beginning. It's a wonderful poem. So you can read the whole poem. Have you got the Norton anthology? is a very thick book, and get this book, right? Okay, we'll take 10 minutes break. Thank you.